Clashers 256 from iKonik here, bringing you another war recap video. This was War 108 for iKonik, and another win. We're on a nice streak of 7 in a row against the Masters of Iraq, who won 53 to 50. This was a fun war, a close war, kind of a nerve-wracking war, but it was a war that I was looking forward to. These guys looked pretty tough. They looked organized. They had a YouTube channel as well, so it's always fun to go up against other YouTubers. And these guys brought it. It was a nice, even match, and it was a lot of fun, while very nerve-wracking at the same time. So here's the breakdown on the attacks. 15 3-stars for us versus 12 for them, so very close there. The average destruction was down a bit for us, under 90% is usually a sign that we're struggling a little bit, so 88.4 there. And the story of this war was kind of the inconsistency and unpredictability of both clans, in my opinion. We each had a lot of nice attacks and a lot of bad attacks. There was a lot of, as you can see, 4 attacks failed from us, 9 from them, and then a lot of those kind of 1-star attacks out there as well. So it was kind of weird. I mean, I think we were both looking at the other during battle day, wondering what was going to come next. Is it going to be a 3-star or a 1-star, or no stars? What's going to happen? It was hard to get a feel for what was going to happen, but I really think that if these guys had been able to use all their attacks, you see there 34 attacks out of 40, they had 3 left at Town Hall 8s at the end that weren't going to be effective anymore because of all the Town Hall 8s, and the lower Town Hall 9s were already 3-starred. But that still leaves 3 attacks from Town Hall 9s, and then, or 2 Town Hall 9 attacks and a Town Hall 10 attack that they left on the board that they could have gotten stars with, and that, at the very least, you got to think they could have tied us. So it's always weird to see that happen, but other than that, a really competitive war, a lot of fun. So I'll show you what our guys were able to do here. The heavy hitters this war were myself, Turin 56, Leonardo in his very first war with us. Awesome job, bud. Nice to have you aboard. Sebastian, BubbleBoy, that makes 3 in a row for BubbleBoy. He's on a hell of a streak. And NWO for life, and that makes 4 out of the last 5 wars for NWO. So we got some really hot attackers right now. And then the 5-star bitch slapper this war was Nasty Nate. So I'll go through the map here. I'll show you what these guys were able to do to us. They had some nice 3-star attacks pretty high up. There's some gaps here and there. That's 0-star on Spanky really hurt them there, and probably that star down there, if you consider maybe them getting 1 more star on our number 16 and just 2 on Spanky with a couple of the attacks they had left, that's a tie right there. This is what we were able to do up top. A little bit of a struggle with the Town Hall 10s as well as these Town Hall 9s. Their top 2 Town Hall 9s were beefy. Those were tough. So we just settled for 2 on those and concentrated a little further down on getting 3. So as you can see from on down below, 3 stars on everything. So nice job by the cleanup crew this time around. Alright, so let's get to the replays. I'm going to show you 3 this war, 1 from each Town Hall level. So we're going to start off with Scooby attacking number 2 here. He brings a gowiwipe on this base, and he gets a nice start here, a nice big wide golem spread. He's going to have 4 golems because he's coming right at that multi-inferno. Got to have a lot of tanks out there for his wizards and witches. And I like the technique here. There's not really a lot of space for a kind of a traditional lure and CC kill, so he uses that lightning spell very effectively on those clan castle troops. Great combination of the freeze, jump, and rage all right there, because that Inferno Tower melts as soon as it unfreezes. It doesn't even have time to get a shot off again. It just completely melts. and he gets a nice push to the core here. This core goes down very quickly once a few more troops are in there with another rage, and the BK using his ability. It goes down very quickly. So both Inferno Towers are out of the picture, and the 2-star is pretty much guaranteed at this point. The core troops have petered out, but he's still got some golems that are tanking over on the other side of the base there, and they're going to give his DPS plenty of coverage while they come in and get the rest of the percentage points needed to get that 2nd star. So a nice attack here on a pretty beefy Town Hall 10 with high level defenses. Great job, Scoob. Let's kind of fast forward a little bit here as the DPS gets its last few shots in, cleaning up this base. So the next attack that I'll show you is going to be from one of our newer members, Sebastian. And he goes up against the base number 11 with a hogowiwi. Cleanup attack, so he knew where the traps were on this base. He's able to see, as you can maybe spot there, he got one of the skeleton traps with that clan castle lure. From a base defense standpoint, you never want to build your base where your skeleton traps can be easily lured at the same time as the clan castle. You want to make it a little bit harder on the attackers for that. I love what he does over here. Shows patience. Just kind of working these troops back and forth a little bit with the barbs, getting that witch exposed, and then dropping that wizard right there. Removes her from the equation. Then his more barbs to distract. The clan castle is down with his witches, and they're going to remove that threat. Moving on quickly, knowing that's under wraps, not wasting any more time. He's got his golem down with his small kill squad of heroes and just a few more whiz. That's all it's going to take to remove the enemy archer queen from the equation here. Barb King locks on immediately, takes her down, and here come the hogs. He does a split hog deployment here, coming from the southwest and the northeast. Can be risky, a risky maneuver to split them up, but he had a lot, so it was alright. He had, I believe, 27 total in both of these groups. Lost a big chunk to those split giant bombs up there. Not a truly effective double giant bomb pair there, but it still managed to do the job there on the top portion of his hogs. But the bottom portion of his hogs were able to provide enough cover for that DPS, and so you can see his Archer Queen is still up and working, and he's going to have enough hogs survive here to give him enough DPS to finish the cleanup on this base as well. Do a little fast forward here while we watch these troops work their way around the base. So nice job, Sebastian. Good job on the 6 stars, bud. Keep you guys eyes open for another attack by Sebastian. He is going to be featured in a common war base video from this war as well on their number 12. So the last attack that I'll show you is Lantriper taking on their number 19 with hogs, Town Hall 8 hogs. And I really like what he does here early on. So he gets the lure here, and a dragon pops out. Not what he was expecting. He doesn't have the perfect kill squad for dragon, that's for sure. All he has is those wizards. And his destination down here for the kill is down on the south. And it's kind of jammed up a little bit over there. It's a tight area, and it's a little confining. With a dragon, it's usually better to have the wide open space so you can surround them a little better. But I love what he does here. He recognizes that he has to get this dragon down, so he has full commitment here. All the wizards come out, and that's what makes it, in my opinion, that Barb King coming down, distracting the dragon, not letting him take out any of his wizards at all. All of those wizards survive that kill. Good commitment to something that was absolutely essential to the attack. And at this point, it's just a pretty straight up hog attack. They're working their way through the base right now. He does lose a kind of medium to smallish group here to those giant bombs in the core, but still has enough up and running. And the base has been nicely tapered off so he can really concentrate his heal spells on those hogs that are still up and running. I'll do a little fast forward here as we're watching the last little bit of cleanup. Those wizards are still working their way around, a few minions for cleanup, and plenty of hogs as well. So nice attack there by Lantriper. That dragon could have totally wrecked that attack if he hadn't made sure he committed to that. Alright, you guys, that was the war from, let's see, War 108 versus Masters of Iraq. We did have, just recently too, we had a visitor from their clan. He came over. This gentleman here, Osama, came over and just said hi and congratulations and thanks for the war. So that's always nice to see the good sportsmanship. I like having people visit at the end of the wars. I think it's good for the game to see that. So thanks for stopping by, Osama. We're glad to have met you, bud. So there we go. That's the end of this recap, you guys. Until next war, this is Turn 56 saying, keep on clashing.